I don't see how we can make bigger enemies.
To be offended or frightened of everything.
So you've become like the sort of Tony Scarface of podcasting.
Hey guys, I got a message from our friends over at Canadoc.ca. Canadoc believes that if you're going to consume cannabis, you should do it responsibly, and I'm all for it too. If you head over to Canadoc.ca, they will put you in contact with medical cannabis experts that can help you get your medical cannabis card, a license like I like to call it, Poseidon. Get that card. It's completely confidential. No one will know. It doesn't. Your job isn't going to know. It doesn't affect your Medicare. It doesn't affect anything. No loans. No one knows except for you. So get that, and then that gives you access to all kinds of companies, the best companies that will grant you edibles, drops, live resin, vape pens, these fucking delicious cookies, all kinds of cool stuff that they have on this. I'm more of a CBD guy. I use the CBD drops. And if you're a veteran, your stuff's free. All the companies that they put you in contact with, they collect on the back end and they just ship you your stuff. If you're a veteran, I think Blue Cross pays for it. So there's no reason really if you're consuming cannabis to not do it responsibly. Go to the experts, get someone to talk to you, get your card. They'll give you a prescription on what they believe you should be taking. And then get the best quality stuff that you can't normally get in Quebec. Products that are over 30% THC. So far, the people that have used it, us and the fans, are really happy with it. I just made a new order this morning. It was mostly for CBD drops for my dog. But I like it. So Canadoc.ca. Consume responsibly. Go to the experts. Thank you.
Oh, hello. What's wrong? Me? I didn't. Oh, George, you must have touched the screen. Just press the X in the corner. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. We're just doing a last-minute adjustment. And by us, I mean not the producer. Me and George framing ourselves on camera while Poseidon looked on angry at us for some reason. I don't know why he's always angry with me. That's one thing I haven't ever... Good morning, everyone.
I don't like bald people.
He doesn't like bald people. He's a baldist. You dirty, dirty baldist.
It's probably just my resting face, dude.
This is how the Lord doth made me. Okay? Actually, I saw a picture of myself yesterday.
No, but seriously, it's probably just my resting bitch face.
You don't have a resting bitch face.
I do.
No.
Yeah, when I let go, I look angry.
No, it's not that. It's, you know, there's an R involved.
Yeah?
Yeah.
A hard R?
At the beginning, though.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm retarded?
Oh my God, no, that's not what I meant at all.
Oh, you're retarded.
Whoa, what do you... Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the morning show. It's Wednesday, and let's kill the music for a second, fast, and skip the plugs. And since we're the only Western news show that
Why
actually
skip
gives...
the plugs?
Yeah, I'll tell you why. You'll find out now. Since we're the only Western news show, morning news show, that ever addresses anything going on in the Balkans that isn't fake news, there was a school shooting, the first of its kind in Serbia, in Belgrade. 8 or 6, I forget now. I think it's 8 children in the ages of 13 and 14 were killed.
Oh, shit.
Another 8.
A school shooting?
A school shooting.
I thought this only happened in America.
I know, I did also. So it kind of caught me off guard. Like, I saw it and I was like, whoa.
Is CNN reporting on it?
Yeah, everyone's reporting on it. No one's not talking about it.
Yeah, when it comes to school shootings...
It's just one of those things that you don't hear. Forget Europe, especially out of Southeastern Europe. Like, you don't hear that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's very rare.
They tend to not... I don't know. Why is this table squeaking so much? It's so annoying.
I think it's your chair. Is it your chair?
No, it's you because you're leaning on the table.
You know what your problem is? You have too much awareness.
Are you? It's you. Stop. Just get off the table. So very sad story. The news reports coming out is that a young boy, about 13 years old, planned this for a month.
Yeah, it was 14.
Made
Yeah.
a hit list of students or children, because they are children, to
The table is too left.
attack. We'll fix it in a second. And killed a bunch of kids. Like it's fucking terrible.
Yeah,
terrible.
every time there's a school shooting, I mean, you can't but wonder, you know, fuck, what if, you know, what if it's like next door or where my
It's
kids
scary,
go?
it's
Like
scary.
anything is possible. We've seen so much crap everywhere, pretty much all over the world, and the fact that
I always
you're
thought it was
right,
an
you know,
isolated to this side of the Atlantic, but it's
Western,
not
yeah.
anymore. It's
Yeah.
like it's
well,
sad.
yeah,
It's very
well,
sad.
I'm sure. Look, I mean, I've never researched it, to be honest with you, but it is rare. It is rare coming out of Europe.
Oh shit! Oh, I just noticed in the chat, Olga was not aware of this. We have one Serbian, and she hadn't heard about it
Yeah,
yet.
yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
you get your news.
sorry to be the bad news bears this morning, sir.
Anyways, back to
Serbia,
good moods
Olga.
and
But
good-
like, yeah, we won't do hearts and prayers because I hate that expression. But it's a sad story. But yeah, welcome to the morning show. Bring that
yeah,
music back.
way to.
You gotta take the bad stuff and keep going, basically. So let's have a good morning.
You mean take the good stuff and keep going?
No, the good stuff is
No,
good.
you gotta
Keeps
take the
going.
good out of everything.
No,
and
you
keep
gotta-
going.
you gotta
Take it in stride. I mean, take the bad stuff in stride.
Oh,
Even as sad
okay,
as it
okay,
is,
Move on, yeah.
there are still happy things going on in the world. Probably none of which George has in his news list because it's always terrible news. Very bad news. Very bad news.
It's
all
not. It's
around.
not really terrible. Cause
Wait,
of-
we're gonna
yeah.
do the plugs now.
Oh, do it. Yeah.
I am
yes.
Poseidon. Not I, but he is Poseidon.
Yes,
IamPoseidon.com is the
IamPoseidon.com.
website where you can find out how this producer got his start. There's actually no biographical information on there. It's just a contact page. But you can go anyways. Jiggity George Chandrizos, the host of many a podcast, most of which are now defunct. But now we have Politiquement Parlant, where we go to Montreal North, we drive around, and hope no one steals our tires while we talk politics.
So wrong.
Wait, no, I'm mixing those up. That was car ride conversation. Sorry, no, this is in a Brossard basement, where he talks to people politically, en français. Right?
right.
I'm
That's
just
right.
checking. He always gets mad when I describe it, so
There
it's
you go.
possible that I got it very wrong.
Yeah.
And it's a strictly en français
It's
broadcast.
only French, and it's politics, Quebec, Canada. Sometimes. It's
So if you
outside.
like French CPAC, he's your guy.
that's right.
Yeah, if you don't, do something more interesting with your
Learn
life.
French.
Yeah, learn French, I guess. Yeah. Also, okay, go ahead.
Patreon.com/Pantelis. You get exclusive stuff.
God forbid I say anything about myself. Huh?
Yeah.
God forbid.
He keeps you for last.
And yeah, the best for last, bro.
Bald.com.
Balbanos.com.
I wonder if that's
How
a
do you
real
ruin your
website.
own website name? You're terrible at this.
Bald.com.
I said bald.com.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said balbanos.com.
Hard R. Yeah, balvans.com if you need videos, if your business needs videos, or you guys want to make a movie project, maybe a documentary.
He's really good.
I don't.
Allegedly.
Follow me on Instagram. I do
Yeah.
a lot of fun stuff there. Yeah.
Post a lot of
and
reels.
PantelisComedy.com.
where you can get tickets.
Tickets, show dates,
There you go.
anything you need to know. PantelisComedy.com.
Summer's,
has a-
summer's around the corner, so which
If
means
you
all
have
the festivals,
Exactly.
comedy stuff. There's a lot of shit happening. These guys are busy.
Just
I
for
guess
last
they're-
showcase was last night. I almost made it there,
It
guys.
was
I had the
amazing. I was
camera
there.
in the trunk. I was ready, but 9:15 I dozed off for a little. It was too late for me.
I was there and it was
Yeah, yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah, I heard.
So yeah, because someone in the chat, I wanted to address that he had his showcase at the Bordel. For those of you who don't know, the Bordel Comedy Club every Tuesday night at 9:15 p.m. Stand-up
English.
comedy run by Pantelis, and last night was a showcase. And if you missed it, too bad, so sad. You may
Snooze,
be
you lose
able
like
to
me.
catch.
I snoozed, I lose.
Yeah, there you go. You may
Yeah.
be able to catch next
I
year's.
snossed, I lost.
And like Alexandra Sumas said, she said it was fire. But every other week, it's fire as well.
Who
So
said?
just- Alexandra Sumas. Yeah, don't forget the
Why
Tuesday.
can't you pronounce Greek names? You're Greek.
Oh, Sumas. Oh, she's Greek.
I mean, I assume so, unless I'm very wrong.
Oh.
But I like how you pronounced it the Quebecois way. Alexandra Sumas.
Small.
Well, 'cause I didn't know she
You gotta
now
chew
that
the
she's
M on
Greek,
the
it's
vowel.
Sumas. Is it Sumas or Sumas?
I guess she'll let us know unless she was like,
Is
this
the
show
accent
sucks. And
is
she
the
left.
accent on the A or the?
If
think
it's
it's
Greek,
Sumas.
It's probably on the A. Sumas.
it could be Sumas.
It could.
Sumas.
Yeah.
Suma is it's an alcohol, no?
I don't know.
Like being named George.
Oh,
drinking
she's
game.
Greek. Yeah, she is Greek. she
Yeah,
has
okay.
confirmed. Yes.
Yeah. All right. There you go.
There were some other fans that I ran into. Jan, that he told me he's the one
Jan?
he's the one that sent you
not
chocolate
a fan.
penises.
Excuse me.
I don't know.
Oh, he's the big dude with
Yeah,
his
He
wife.
sent you chocolate dicks.
No, he goes, hey,
No, he
man, I'm
gave me
Jan, man, I'm a
chocolate
big
penises.
fan. I'm like, hey, cool, man, nice to meet you. He goes, yeah.
Where
I'm
did
the-
he send them?
He goes, I don't know. He goes, yeah, I'm the one that sent Poseidon the chocolate
Oh,
dicks.
No, he
Poseidon.
gave them to me in
I
person.
thought he gave
Yeah.
you
no.
Poseidon's chocolate
Yeah.
dick. Yeah.
And
Wait, what?
and
No,
Costa
that's not
Costa
what-
was there too. He said he went to school with you.
Costa who?
I don't know, Costa, a young guy, glasses. young boy.
I like
Fan of
that
the
George-
show. I don't know.
No, I know too many costs.
I like when George interacts with viewers.
Yeah.
Because he's like, there's people who actually watch the show. He's like so excited. I mean, I get excited too. It's interesting. It makes me a little uncomfortable though when I meet people out in public. Because like I had a couple that wanted to talk to me at Rockland, and I was like, "Yo, who are you?"
Yeah.
Like I just got into because I forget that we do this.
Yeah, for me, here's the weird thing for me. I mean, I'm used to people coming up to me because they know me, but it was always in a particular context, right?
You're the guy who lost in Park X.
Yeah, you're the guy. No, but even before that, you're going around, you're doing all these events. People recognize you because of the context that you're in. But random people that you can't even recognize, usually, back in the day when I was doing politics. Most
you
of the
kinda
faces
knew
you
where they
can
were.
see, you're
They
like,
were all
I remember
Southeast
seeing
Asian.
this
They're
guy.
like, "Mr. George."
No, even the francophones
Yeah, I
in
know.
Villeray and whatever, But random people that you don't know, they're like, "Hey, are you George?" And you're like, "What did I do?"
If
Well,
someone
yeah,
says
I'm
my
sure.
first name, I don't get caught off guard. It's when someone says my full name. They're like, Phil Balabanos. I'm like, who's asking the government? Where are you going? Oh, it's crooked. Okay, yeah, I forgot. I forgot, sorry.
But keep going.
Yeah.
I mean, just George talk because I'm too far now. Is
Okay,
that better? Yeah, I think. All right.
you could have just asked us while you're
Yeah,
looking
we
at
would
the
have
camera.
done it. He wanted to do it. He was
wanted-
feeling
it's fine,
proactive.
it's fine.
It's okay. His ADHD kicked in.
So
Crooked must fix.
So random people just running into us. I mean, it's nice. Keep doing it. If you see us, say hi. It's really nice to know that people out there are
that's
watching.
better.
And
Yeah, I like that people watch.
they like-
Otherwise, it'd be weird if we just did this live and nobody watched.
Yeah.
And just a bunch of AI people pretending to be like, who's here? Like AI Jorge, AI Rosalie. Just like, we love show. Show good.
show very
Yeah,
good.
it's a weird
Jesus Christ, I'm so fat.
with a hard F. I mean, there's nothing hard about him right now. It's lots of soft. What does it say on your shirt? Freedom for the gays. That's
No,
cool. I like that.
Freedom Outlaws.
Freedom. Is that a brand?
No, I just found it. I thought
Oh,
it
you
was
just
cool.
thought it was cool?
It's got a skull biting a snake and a really retarded looking dove.
I think it's a pigeon.
It's a dove.
Doves are
It
pigeons,
looks like a
technically.
seagull.
Doves are upper class pigeons.
They're white pigeons.
They're the 1% of the
They're the
pigeons.
1% pigeons. He's absolutely right. I'll give him that. Yeah, that one he can have. Doves are white 1%ers. Like if pigeons had an island where they touched little pigeons, it'd be the doves that were
It'd be the,
running the
100%
island. Yeah.
it'd be the dove.
Do you think the regular pigeons get offended, when they do all these ceremonies and they just release the white ones? And
All
they're
the
like,
time.
God damn assholes.
All the time.
We
I've
could
s-
do that too. We can fly like that. We can
I
celebrate.
think, I think you took it. You took a great Poseidon line and you took it too far. You ran with it.
Sorry, guys.
It's okay.
You actually Poseidon.
You Poseidon.
Poseidon.
Whoa, now it's getting
I
deep.
wish we had a button that could make all the cameras just go canted all of a sudden sideways. We should make that.
It's probably an effect I could
No, don't fuck with your.
No, not right now, but I mean like
Or ever.
We'll get it in post.
Or-
what were we talking about? I got sidetracked there.
Yeah,
sorry.
we were talking about.
Yeah, it's nice that people watch. Yeah,
yeah.
for sure. I like the video that clip I grabbed from the morning show a few weeks ago.
About
The,
the testicles.
The testicular injuries.
Oh my
Hold
god, that was
on.
fucking
Yeah,
hilarious.
Jorge Rosales.
the end pigeons. That's how you know someone's been watching for a while.
The end
Yeah.
pigeons.
The end pigeons. The pigeons.
Oh, that's so fucking
Yeah. That clip did like way better than anything, which
Yeah.
hurts my feelings more than anything. By the way, like
Why?
I put so
Because
much
of how
work into
true it is?
videos, and then I clip like a screen recording from YouTube, and it does like I don't know 17,000 views in an hour.
That's so funny.
But a few people randomly, they're like, "Hey, are you the testicular injury guy?" I was like, "What?" So a few people recognized me.
That's so fucking
I was like,
funny.
"Oh yeah, that was me." Anyways, George, first news we're gonna talk about, I guess, is the body. Get it out of the
Oh
way
yeah,
because
let's
it's
say, yeah.
interesting.
You just sent it to me this morning.
So put yourself in the situation. You live in rural Quebec, which I assume Sherbrooke is considered rural Quebec.
Was it in Sherbrooke? Not
It was, Sherbrooke. It was right outside of Sherbrooke, yeah.
Okay, 'cause,
in Bellevue.
It's considered rural with a soft R.
rural?
Rural. I can't. There are certain words.
I can't do the French, or I really have to focus on doing it. And forget if it's in the middle of a sentence. Ugh.
Oh yeah, Sherbrooke.
It just becomes like really. I sound Latino. Rural, Quebec rural.
But it happened in Sherbrooke. But I think the school is in Villeray, actually. Notre Dame du Rosaire.
Is
It
it?
rings a bell. I think it's a school
No,
in Villeray.
as far as from my understanding of the story, a primary school from Sherbrooke went on a field trip
Okay.
to Parc Bellevue, which is Mont Bellevue. Thank you, Rosalie. Which is like I guess a park, a national park, and the kids found a dead body.
Nice.
It's not the first time.
What?
Wait. It's not the first time that these kids find a dead body.
Oh, no,
'Cause
that's kids.
That's suspicious.
Yeah, no.
Oh, we keep finding bodies. We don't know how they got here.
How come it always happens to us? Yeah, no, it's happened. It actually happened in at Jerry Park once.
But
not
see,
too long
Jared
ago.
Park, I expect to find a
They
body.
found the guy in the bushes,
Like a
somewhere.
crackhead.
Poor kid.
But
It
we
was
don't have a
daycare.
lot of
It was
information
daycare kids.
about this body. Like we don't know who it is.
Yeah.
They haven't released any information about state of decomposition, how long it's been there, nothing.
Right.
All we know is that the school sent an email that said, "Don't worry, for the most part, except for the finding of a body, for most kids the day went on without a
The
hitch."
day was perfect.
So like for like 89% of the kids, great. For those 12 kids, whatever, scarred for life.
It must be fucking crazy though.
Jesus Christ. I've never
I
seen
wish I would have found
I've never
dead
seen
bodies in
I've seen a
field
dead person, like at funerals and stuff.
Yeah,
but like,
yeah.
I've never
Like
seen
to
a body.
discover a
You've
dead
never
body,
seen a
no.
cadaver.
No, I guess I have not seen a cadaver.
Damn,
Like
it
if you're the
sucks.
teacher,
I haven't?
do you try to kind of? Well, it depends how old the kids are. Also, I mean, at some point they understand.
What would you do if you were that teacher?
I would try to convince him that he's just sleeping. Let's not wake him up and get the kids
They're not
away.
that young, the kids. They're
But
not
that's the
dumb.
thing.
What if his like eye was gone and he's like,
Like he's been shot or something. And
I would be like, "Ha ha! I tricked you. It's not real. Look," and touch it, and then get the fuck out of it.
I'm gonna go on instinct and say this was a werewolf attack.
okay.
It's possible that region of Quebec it's
Sherbrooke,
known
it
for
is.
its loup-garou.
Yeah.
Loup-garou. I prepared mentally for the R because as I was getting to it, I was like, "Shit, there's an R."
Yeah, my first instinct would be, and of course, depending on the age, would be to kind of downplay the whole thing. You don't want to scar them for
Oh,
life.
he's just sleeping and his face is resetting like a snake.
He's
Yeah,
homeless. He was taking a nap.
he's just
yeah.
changing his skin.
Yeah, shh. Leave him alone. That shit
It was
let-
makeup.
the
It was
crack-
makeup.
let
He
the
forgot to
makeup-
take his
yeah,
makeup
yeah.
off.
Let
I
the
don't
man
really
sleep.
think there's much you can do. I mean, it's gross for the kids. It's fucked up. It's just crazy that it would happen.
Oh,
I always
the
thought these
best
parks
way-
were like monitored better.
The best way actually to brush that off on the kids. Oh, they were filming a movie here, and it's a fake.
That's not bad, but I
yeah.
think in the moment, if you've never seen a dead
They
body,
they forgot the prop.
Yeah, they forgot the wax prop.
teachers like, I didn't know what to do. They're like, "Sir, but why did you start masturbating in front of the children?" It seemed like the lesser of two evils at the time. They'll remember that and they can talk about it online. This will fuck them up.
That's so fucking funny. Yeah, that's it's disturbing.
It's fucking.
It's disturbing.
I mean,
but
look,
see, like
Quebec.
I mean, look, we try not to pay so much attention because it's nowhere near here. But when I heard the news that
mean
they
nowhere
can,
near here?
well,
Super
Sherbrooke is
close.
like
2 hours away.
Yeah, an hour and a half, 2
Not
hours
even.
away. No, but I'm
I
just
can
saying
make it in
compared to
45.
when we heard that daycare students had found the body at Jerry Park, you're like,
I mean, that was like you could
"Holy
see the body from
shit,
your
that's
window.
like-
I don't know. It's pretty. This stories like this only go to like they prove the point that so many people make. The argument that we're basically Canada's Florida, like we are. We're completely Canada's Florida. Next week, I expect to hear about a guy, wearing a raccoon as a hat that's alive that like pissed in a dépanneur slot at night while buying cigarettes and then killed 6 people. Like that's Quebec, man.
That's funny.
But he has to wear a raccoon hat.
God, I wish the fucking camera was on.
No,
him for that.
I pictured everything. And it was
Has
hilarious.
anyone ever seen Nosferatu? Like the 1920s movie,
No.
with the long. That's what he.
Oh, that's how I
He
laughed.
just laughed. Like it was really weird. Even
sorry.
your arms were up. It was weird.
Oh yeah, because
Yeah, hard R. George, what else you got? That's another story that happened.
A busy week in Ottawa this week. The whole question on Chinese interference has been resurfacing. Remember we spoke about Justin Trudeau's brother being part of the foundation. He was
What's
the one.
his name? I forgot.
Alexander.
Alexander Trudy.
Alexander Trudeau's Sasha.
Sasha?
Yeah, they call him Sasha.
Why?
I don't know. That's how they call him. Alexander.
Is that
Sasha.
his middle name?
No, like his real name is Alexander, but it's well known that they call him Sasha.
Oh, Sasha comes from Alexander, and yeah, I've
guess.
heard that before.
That's
Go
right.
on.
He's gonna sneeze. Here he comes. Oh my god!
Fucking
I
ethnic.
apologize.
That's
Shit
I apologize to
vibrated.
everyone.
and Yugoslav sneeze over there. And now he's squatting.
He's
for no
walking
reason.
away
Why
with
is he
something in his
squatting?
hand.
Yeah, schnot.
I got it. Anyway, this is a fucking gag.
I'm okay with most bodily fluids, like they don't gross me out, but schnot fucks me up. I don't know why.
Yeah, sick. Anyway, remember when we spoke about the Trudeau Foundation and how Justin Trudeau's brother was involved? He was administrator. In fact, he was the one that signed off on the check, the $200,000 check that started this whole controversy on Chinese interference.
Okay.
Today in the afternoon, if anyone has time, he will be appearing before the committee. that is evaluating this whole Chinese interference thing. So I'm curious to see what he's going to say. And the reason why I'm curious is because yesterday, in the same committee, the former director of the foundation, Morris Rosenberg. So he testified. Now, Morris Rosenberg is a very interesting name. We had mentioned it already.
I mean, it's not Morris Rosenberg. It's a pretty common name.
Yeah, no, but this person, it's very interesting because we had spoken when this whole thing started. when this whole thing started with the Chinese interference, we had spoken about how the Justin Trudeau doesn't want to launch a public independent inquiry on the matter.
Not suspicious at all as a position.
Yeah, and everybody was questioning like, dude, why? And he's like, well, look, we already have a report after the 2019 elections. We had asked Morris Rosenberg to make a report on the legitimacy of the elections. Everything was fine, and then now he created this special rapporteur, David Johnston, whatever. So all these people now, we don't find out. I mean, we knew that they were all formerly administrators of the Trudeau Foundation, very close to Justin Trudeau. And people are questioning, okay, how credible are these people? I mean, how can we trust a report that was done on Chinese interference by a person that chaired an organization that received funds from the Chinese government?
100%.
So there's a lot of fishy things happening. So Morris Rosenberg, he testifies, and he says that we made too much of this whole situation with $200,000 check. The fact that it was made by an organization that had an address in Hong Kong. And he tried to downplay the whole thing. He's like, well, imagine if I make a donation to your business and then I retire and I go to France and I just ask that you send it to France. Picture something like that. Like how simplistic this guy tried to make the situation seem when in fact it's not true.
Well, when trying to create a lie to protect yourself, it's good to keep it simple.
But here's what's interesting, though. He was questioned on why on Alex Trudeau and why he signed the check, because in the rules, I guess, or the bylaws of this foundation, any donation that is made under $1 million, the president or CEO of the foundation is the one that has to sign off on the check. In which case, it wasn't just
only
Trudeau.
one signature.
Yeah, I mean,
Seems
anything.
suspicious, no?
Well, I don't know. I don't know if there's one or two signatures, but in any case, it's the top.
Okay,
It's the top guy that has to do it, right? So this brings up a question: why did Justin Trudeau's brother sign off on it then? His explanation is that, well, we wanted to show the Chinese government like a sign of importance to the donation. So we had Justin Trudeau's brother sign it just because of the name and the significance that name has. Again, it makes absolutely no sense. So Justin Trudeau's brother is going to be questioned, I'm assuming, on that. But the most important thing that came out of this, he himself said that, you know what? I think just so that people could know exactly that everything is credible on the side of the organization, there should be a public inquiry done. So here we have now a guy that
This is also stupid.
It is
It's also
stupid.
so stupid.
So this is a guy now that, although everyone was kind of hiding behind his initial report in 2019, he says, okay, let's do a public inquiry so that you guys could see. I'm afraid that a public inquiry is going to dig up a lot of shit in this. So, and which is why Justin Trudeau won't do
Why
it.
are you afraid?
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
good. We want to know.
Exactly. So, I don't know. I think eventually with time, it's probably going to lead there.
But hold on. Even if there is a public inquiry and they find a bunch of damning evidence and they realize that not only did this happen, but it happened with the blessing and the knowledge of Hustin. Let's say, hypothetically, what happens then? Nothing. Because literally, he can do no wrong. Nothing sticks to him. This won't stick to him either.
I don't know. I mean,
He'll come out wearing a Raiden hat and be like, haha, miso sali.
It could.
And somehow he'll get away with it.
Something could happen. But I think more than anything, the party will be damaged. Do you remember the scandale de commandite, or the sponsorship?
Something vague. I mean, yeah, sure.
They were using public funds
but this is what they
to
do.
run ads. Well, what happened is that Jean Chrétien got out right in time. He knew that something was coming, and it was all Paul Martin that took the fucking slap for that. And then the Liberals were destroyed. It took I don't know how many years
I miss
before Justin
Paul
Trudeau
Martin.
came back and fucking quote unquote save the party, which he did. He brought the party from where it was to where it is now.
His father brought the party back because it's his name that carried everything. Nobody cares about Justin.
Whatever it is, still, it
I still
took
can't
someone like
believe
that
he's
to.
been prime minister for so long. Sometimes I think about it, and it's just. It's
2015,
so
huh?
sadly,
2015.
it's sad and hilarious at the
8
same
years.
time. There's very few things that are so sad and funny at the same time.
At the same time, don't forget there was no opposition, right? So this time around,
Yeah.
when we're looking at the polls for the first time ever since 2015, the opposition, in this case Pierre Poilievre, is surpassing him in every
Yeah,
in every
But
category.
what do we
that-
do for another election? Like, how close are we to that?
Look,
Did
it's
you
a
see-
minority government. Technically, it can go anytime.
Yeah, it's true.
All we need is the NDP or the Liberals to break off that deal, and then they're done.
Did you guys see the video of him talking into the mic, sitting down, like being like, "No,
Who,
we
Justin?
never, yeah, Justin, we never, we never convinced people, we never forced people to take
Yeah, I
the
remember
the
when he
stuff."
was gaslighting everyone.
This was recent, no?
It was recent.
You know, I saw the clip. Excuse me. I saw the clip, and I'm not sure. I feel like I've seen that clip before. Maybe a year ago.
Maybe something similar.
No, that whole setup and the way he looks, because that's not how he looks right now. His hair is very different.
Oh.
Because I saw him live the other day speaking. I'm like, and then it made me think about that clip. I'm like, I think this is an older clip. Wait, it doesn't change anything. He's still saying the same gaslighting nonsense. And the double speak that he does. But like that doesn't. The video doesn't matter.
But
Even
do
though
you
it's
think-
even though it's obvious that he's telling a lie and he's making shit up. And he did do all the things he says he didn't do. It doesn't really matter that there's proof of it because people don't care to hear it.
I get it, but do you think he's rolling back on everything now because he feels threatened by
No, not at all. I think now it's
or
time
just
to.
a thing that he does?
No, he's just gaslighting now. He's like, no, we never did that. Everything's
Okay,
fine.
okay.
But also, the U.S. is changing the entry requirements for Canadians. Like, we don't need our vaccine passports, which I didn't even realize we still did.
No, we didn't need to.
We didn't need
I-
it.
still
My
technically need it. No.
aunt just traveled. She didn't need anything.
No.
Wait,
went-
what do you
Even
mean?
my uncle
on.
last year or 2 years ago when he went down to the States, he didn't need anything to cross. He needed to come back into Canada.
That's the arrive can, which
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to get rid of anytime soon.
No,
You
but
don't
even
let-
no,
it's
hold
not-
on.
it's not
Last
mandatory,
year,
though.
Last year I didn't use the arrive can.
It's not mandatory anymore?
No.
Oh, good.
No.
Fuck it. I'm going to Chick-fil-A this Saturday. I'm
Good.
going to Plattsburgh. I love those unbreaded nuggets. I was telling him. He's never had them.
Unbreaded
They have chicken nuggets that,
That
aren't
sounds
breaded.
terrible.
No, they're like little
No, it's like real chicken.
Oh.
You
It's
you
just-
get a bunch of them and you get a little glass of like sipuro or something. And you just it's amazing,
Little
delicious,
little bite-sized
fucking Jesus chicken, Christian chicken. It suffered on the cross for
the
you.
best kind of chicken.
The best kind of chicken. It fills you with guilt, but it satiates you.
None of those hormones
Stop it!
in them.
Stop!
Shit.
I always thought you liked hormones.
I don't have a drum roll. Hold on.
No. It's fine. It's the
Hold
moment
on.
has passed.
No, it hasn't. It's still alive.
Since we're on the topic of Chinese interference, there's another bomb that dropped on the hill yesterday in Ottawa. Okay. Okay, we're good?
Yeah.
Sorry,
right.
but Pantelis sent me something, and I can't tell if he just thinks it's interesting or if he wants us to talk about it. So I'm just reading the captions. Go on.
Yeah. So another bomb that dropped in Ottawa, and in relation to the Chinese interference, there's a conservative MP by the name of Michael Chong. He's elected out of Ontario. He has family back in Hong Kong, and there was some information that was leaked to the Globe and Mail. The Globe and Mail is all over this, so they're doing a fantastic job, by the way. So there's a story of the Globe and Mail that 2 years ago, there was an attempt to intimidate this guy and his family by the Chinese government, and it was facilitated by... it's a little distracting, just a little. And that was facilitated by fucking guy.
Give it to me.
No,
Give it to me.
It's coming to
He has
stop.
a-
Stop.
It's like
My daughter's
it's
playing
my
this shit like
daughter's.
this.
Yeah, he has one of those poppets, and he's popping it.
I'm
Yeah.
done.
No, okay, thank you.
Go sit outside. I'm gonna do what I do with my kids. Go sit outside for 5 minutes.
5 minutes,
When
relax,
you understand
yeah.
what you've
Go,
done,
go.
you can come back.
If you guys had headphones, this wouldn't have happened. I
Anyways.
just
I'm
gaslit
sure
you.
it picked it up.
It's
Anyways, okay. So look, 'cause this story is important. So there's a story that leaked in the Globe and Mail that 2 years ago, in 2021, there was this attempt to to
Suppress.
this guy and to
I wasn't even listening. I just figured it was that.
to threaten him and his family in Hong Kong, because he got news from his family in Hong Kong that the Chinese government was asking questions and that they were threatening them and all that stuff, and even him and his family over here in Toronto, and all this was facilitated by a diplomat at the Chinese consulate in Toronto, and this is fucking serious. Let's not forget, this is the guy that's been adamant about tabling a motion to call out China on what's the word? On genocide for the Uyghur Muslims.
Chinese don't do that.
So
Never.
he's
They
been
never hurt
consistently
anybody.
tabling the motion on calling out China as this situation as genocide. Anyway, so there's a lot of
What's the
eyeball
deal with the Uyghur Muslims? Like, why do they hate them so much? Because they're Muslims.
because they're Muslim.
Is
I
that what
guess.
it is?
Yeah, I guess.
You said that so matter of factly. Well, bro, they're Muslims.
No, I said
What is
because
that,
they're,
George?
'cause they're Muslims and they're suppressing their religion. So anyway, so
George Chavez over here.
So they're questioning now the government on how long
Straight
have
to
you
jail.
known? How long have you
Straight to
known?
jail.
And why weren't we made aware? So imagine now you're sitting MP in the opposition.
I'm sorry. What are we talking about? I haven't been listening. I've been
Jesus
reading Pantelis' message.
fucking
I'm
Christ.
laughing with him. He's just like straight to Yale.
This is a
I'm just fucking with you. I'm just
so imagine.
when you get CPAC-y though, I start to like check out a bit.
No, but the big question here now is it's been 2 years that someone must have known.
Someone must.
The global news just
Globe and Mail.
The global news. No, Globe and
and
Mail
Mail, yeah.
just released this piece of information. So they're asking now the government, how long have you known? Has anyone in your government known that this has been going on? And if you have
What was the
known,
answer?
they're not answering. So this is Minister, what's his name,
Can I
Mendocino.
ask you a question?
And he's
on
not
that
answering.
note?
He's avoiding the fucking question. Dude, there's a member of your parliament that is getting intimidated by a foreign government. His family is getting intimidated in China. How the fuck do you keep this information?
Here's my question to
And
you.
Justin Trudeau, sorry, just to finish. Justin Trudeau's like, well, now that we got the information, we're going to investigate. What the fuck, bro? How can you not have this investigation? There's absolutely no way that Canadian security, your RCMP or CSIS has this information, and because it has to do with an elected official, hasn't communicated information to the Prime Minister's office. It's impossible.
Here's my question. And it's not specifically about this, but the answer would intersect
Yeah.
with this situation. I often, when I do watch clips from the House, I see them ask questions that aren't answered
Yeah.
all the time. How many?
It's frustrating.
Sure,
Oh
it's,
my God.
it's frustrating. Like, example, did we know that the two Michaels, that our government could have brought them home sooner? I'd like to talk about the good work we did in China. Like, that's a non-answer.
Yeah, it is.
Is there no, I don't know what the right term is, if it's a law or a bylaw or a subsection or something,
Yeah.
a piece of parliamentary documentation
One of these
that
bisexual
requires
laws.
that requires them to answer a question.
Yeah.
You're an elected public figure. You speak on behalf of your government, the government, and you answer to, not the opposition. If they're asking a question, it's on my behalf, right?
Yeah.
If there's a question being posited, you're answering me, you, him,
Yeah.
maybe not him.
Everyone.
So is there nothing that stipulates that they have to answer
I don't know,
questions?
no, I don't-
Can the speaker not be like, pick up his giant staff and be like, you shall speak now?
Yeah, no. The speaker
No?
is there. The speaker is there to make sure that everything is done in order and that everyone follows the rules.
So he's there to make sure we stand on ceremony, but don't really
No.
accomplish anything.
He's look, the Speaker of the House is there to control the question period and all the proceedings in the House according to the rules. Now, I don't know in Ottawa.
There's no rule that says they have to answer.
There's a rule. Well, I don't know in Ottawa. In Quebec, the rule is that the opposition asks questions and there has to be an answer. Now, it's not specific, it's not precise on
Look, I understand
the
if they say
answer
something
having
like-
to do specifically with a question. It just says that you need to answer the question. So it happens even in
think of a
Quebec.
courtroom, or think of remember when Zuckerberg was brought before
Yeah.
where did he speak?
Congress, Senate, whatever
So
the fuck
they
it is.
asked, or use those two examples, a courtroom and that. You're asked a question. If you don't know the answer because you feel, you're probably lying, but you feel you need to refer to something, you can say, I don't have that information. I can get back
They
to
could
you.
do that. I've
But
seen that happen.
That creates a system where they
follow-up.
have to answer that question.
Yeah.
Or they have to answer. And then by doing that, now the next time it comes up, if they lied and we have truth that they lied in the House.
Yeah.
Like, it seems like there's more accountability in that system. Maybe that's something we should be fighting for.
I think the rules, it just says
that's a piece of reform that I would support.
Yeah. When asked a question, you need to answer. Now, that's very flu, right? It's very like, okay, what's your answer? I can answer anything I want.
What do you think this is, the Hill? You think you're in Quebec or Athens?
Yeah. So
but you understand why I'm frustrated.
Yeah, but on
by
the
it,
flip
right?
side, and it is frustrating for people that are following to know that there's a legitimate question, a serious question, and the answer you get is just nothing out of thin air. But I'll tell you one thing: the conservatives have perfected this, this tactic of willingly knowing that they're not going to get answered. They just keep asking the exact same question.
Mm-hmm.
Every time this happens, and the videos they put out are so well done, the citizens that are following the conservatives, or in general following what's happening in Ottawa, they get frustrated by the fact that those questions aren't being answered. So they're playing it really well. So at some point, either you start answering questions.
Are they playing it, or are they fucking frustrated?
What do you mean?
I can't. Is it an act, or are they actually frustrated?
Take me for example. Okay.
I'll take you.
Oh, okay.
I see these things, and
To church. Sorry.
I see the videos being put out by the opposition. I'm like, fucking government, man. They're not answering questions. They're not answering. So they make it obvious to the person that doesn't follow, for example, that look what happens when we ask questions. And it's like a series of 10, 15 questions, the exact same, and the exact same non-answer. So it just looks bad for the government. At some point, they have to realize that we need to answer.
Bad. Optics are not what they were. It doesn't really matter, because the people who are sharing those non-answered questions are the opposition, and the people that they need to communicate with are not me or you, or people who are aware of the opposition. It's the people who are blindly voting for the Liberal Party. The thing is, though, they're not following them.
No.
So I'm tired of waiting. I'm
Yeah.
sick of waiting for a moment in history where the population is intelligent enough to see the lies, to see these interactions and be like, this is wrong. What I'm calling for is let's reform.
Yeah.
Let's make it so that even if we're all so stupid that we don't realize what's happening, that the system we have in place protecting us will be like, well, that's the 6 questions you haven't answered. You're in contempt of parliament or whatever. I'm just using that as a loose example.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
You realize how effective that could be?
Yeah, but then
There are no consequences for
I know, but by
politicians.
doing so, the only person that could do that is a speaker, and by him taking that sort of position,
I'm not asking him to take that
but he's the
position.
only
I'm
one that
asking
could. Who would take the decision?
to implement reform, or who would oversee it?
To say, okay, 6 questions you need to answer. Like, how do you interpret my answer? And are you seen now as someone that is putting aside the neutrality of that position and taking sides?
Well, I mean, at some point, if there's a non-answer being given, you have to take a side from an objective standpoint, regardless.
From an objective standpoint, it's like, okay, that's the answer. You guys do what you want
The
with
Governor
it.
General doesn't do anything. Make her fucking do it. Like, we pay her $400,000 a year.
Yeah, she can do that.
Maybe she can do it.
No, she can do
The
that.
Queen can play arbiter. No,
That
makes
great.
fucking sense.
Let's send the
king.
request up to the king.
To the king.
King Charles.
The Governor General. I mean, that should be the king's rule. The king's job.
Yeah.
If he has a job, play arbiter. You be a neutral party.
Yeah.
The king's only interest is in the best interest of the country.
Right.
A bunch of politicians lying to each other is not in the best interest of the country.
Look, I just think that
Not that I support the monarchy in any way,
Yeah.
shape, or form. I'm just saying, since we're paying for it, it's like when you have insurance, you're like, oh, I can have my balls waxed for free. I might as well do it. Like, fuck, I'm paying this insurance,
think-
might as well use it.
Yeah, I think if it works this way, and I'm sure
Wait, you
it's not-
can for real?
I don't know. It was an
Oh,
example.
okay.
Should I go in your
He's
place?
like, I can go get my balls waxed. He shaves his head. I'm Philip Balabanos. I make videos.
Yeah, I gain weight. No, I think if anything would have changed, they would have already done
to body
so.
shame me, George.
But I think that it has to do with the responsibility of the Speaker of the House and the fact that he has to be neutral, and something like that would be perceived as him being subjective. So, anyways, I don't know, but whatever.
It's a
in any
mess
case,
right
in any
now.
case,
It's
it
a
looks
joke.
bad.
It's a farce. That's what it is.
In any case, it looks bad for the government, and I don't know if the Conservatives' goal is to.
They're trying to discredit the government. They're trying to,
yeah, but I don't think with these videos they're trying to reach out to these, hardcore liberal fans, because they know that these guys, they're never going to be able to change their mind. So they're going after.
I wouldn't ever say never. All you need to do, it's one black swan moment in his career in the Liberal Party's history that needs to happen, and it can change. Like I've known hardcore conservatives. Not even progressive conservative, even fiscally and socially conservative people who voted for the NDP, right? In Quebec. Like, it can happen.
Why do you think they voted for the NDP?
because they were so disenfranchised.
Right.
And that's when dangerous things happen. We've seen it happen here with the orange wave. We've seen it happen. It just happened in Italy. I'm not saying that anything bad has happened because of it. I'm just saying it can happen. We saw it happen in Greece when the Golden Dawn was elected into the parliament. Like, I understand those types of votes. I'm disenfranchised, but I also am disenfranchised to the point where I understand that the system doesn't require my participation to continue raping me.
Yeah.
It can rape me on its own. It doesn't. I don't need to lube up. I don't even need to vote.
Yeah.
We don't have a representative elector.
I mean, look,
election
I
system.
know a lot of the members of the Federal Liberal Party, and these guys, no matter what happens, they're just going to support the party. They're going to support the leader. It's kind of like it's your herd. You know what I mean? It's like they're with me. Wherever I go, they will follow. But I can also tell you that there's a huge chunk of the Liberal membership that is, like you said, starting to kind of question things. Like, what the fuck is happening? What are we doing?
What we need is for their ministers and their cabinet members to start questioning things. That's when change can happen.
I'm not so sure that that's not happening either.
Like, I would love to be a fly on the wall when like 7 or 8 liberal MPs get drunk at someo's house and they're talking shit about Justin. I want to hear. Those are the stories I want to hear. That's what your podcast should be.
Yeah.
Getting these guys fucking wasted. Manuela comes in. She's like, fucking French is fine. You know, I ran into her the other day.
Yeah.
And a bunch of us, like, I was at a networking event and I was talking to a bunch of people I know really well. And she knows them too. And she walked up, she spoke to everyone, looked me in the eye, looked down and walked away. And my buddy's like, what the fuck was that? I was like, I talk a lot of shit about her on the internet.
You actually think she listens?
It must have gotten back to her eventually. We know each other. Of course she knows I'm saying it.
Yeah.
It's like if I was talking shit about you, someone would tell you eventually.
Yeah, right.
Or maybe not you, maybe your brother, because we're not as close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But for anyone interested, and I see like there's some, you know, there are some divisions in the caucus that I'm sure, and I've heard certain things as well. And for those interested, this weekend the party's having its national congress or convention, whatever the fuck you
Are we
want to
going?
call it. No, we're not going.
okay.
But you know who is coming?
Who's coming?
You know who they have invited?
Pantelis?
Nope. Hillary Clinton.
Why?
Hillary Clinton
Why
is
is Hillary
coming.
Clinton there?
That's the big question. Why would the Liberal Party of Canada invite Hillary Clinton as a, I don't know,
As a plus one.
Yeah, I don't know. She's gonna.
That's ridiculous.
She's gonna have a one-on-one with Chrystia Freeland. I guess they're gonna have one of these.
Ladies in politics?
Yeah, I don't know what the hell they're going to discuss.
Oh, broads on top. Yeah.
So I think it's a huge PR thing. And I don't know how much money she's taking from the Liberal Party, but assuming that they have the money, which I'm sure they do, bringing a quote-unquote big personality like this is obviously aimed at showing
Ridiculous.
people, look, we have the support of, a person, a personality
of an
such as,
unconvicted convict.
like Hillary Clinton.
A criminal.
You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So I think it's to boost morale more than anything and to get people kind of excited. I don't want to say it because I've
Can
been
somebody,
wrong.
while we're doing this conversation, can someone look if Biden or the United States government has put out a statement about the Belgrade shooting? I want to know. Go on.
Yeah.
I really want to know because I remember I saw a video a few days ago of Joe Biden pleading with Congress to kill all the Serbs in Kosovo.
What?
During the Kosovo War.
Oh.
Yeah, like we should bomb them all. The Serbs. He was talking about the Serbs.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was a really. I've never heard him. I never knew politicians spoke that aggressively because in those days I was too young to
Right.
follow. Like I was like I've never heard anyone. He used the term Japanese German style occupation of Sarajevo.
Oh.
Is it Sarajevo or Sarajevo?
I've always called it Sarajevo.
I only call it Sarajevo because of Greek. Because they call it Sarajevo,
I've
but
always
they
called
also mispronounce
Sarajevo.
Belgrade. I wonder.
Sarajevo.
One Serbian that we have, can you let us know?
Sarajevo.
Try and explain it to us. I've always wondered. I like Slavic words. They're fun to pronounce.
They are fun, yeah.
Pustinica. It's all like chit.
But
Yeah, it's all backwards the alien speak. It's fun.
anyway, back and this is what I was saying, and I don't want to be too forward here because I've been wrong before, but with all these things happening,
You're wrong about what?
about
That everything will be okay.
No,
Justin
about
won't screw
predictions,
us.
about election predictions.
Oh no, you're super wrong about that. stuff,
I
yeah.
have, especially with the federal liberals. I've always thought that
Sarajevo.
maybe because the way I analyze it, I would think that go now. It's the right time, or don't wait, or whatever. From what I see, ever since Justin Trudeau tabled his budget, his ministers are all over the country. They're doing all these events. They're promoting certain elements in the budget, and they're doing a lot of a lot of advertisement on that, trying to promote, all over the country. Now they bring Hillary Clinton, and now there's articles coming out about fundraising and how parties have been accumulating money, and that's always a sign that they're preparing for an election.
Member of the Democratic Party?
Sure.
Is she elected anywhere now?
No.
She's not. Okay,
No.
never mind.
No.
Sorry, because I was gonna say that's clearly a conflict of interest.
No, exactly.
She's not elected.
No,
though.
exactly.
She's just the 1%er now.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Which is also interesting in the last election how they got Barack Obama to support Justin. Remember that?
Yeah.
And everyone was like, "Oh my God, Barack Obama is throwing his support behind Justin." First of all, obviously he will. The guy's a fucking Democrat, and he's gonna support the
liberals.
closest thing to his party, which is the liberals. Yeah, whatever.
I mean, the conservatives are pretty close to the Democrats too. I mean, if you look at their fiscal policies,
In the States,
the Democrats in the States, in comparison, our right and left are
Completely off.
completely
They're
off
completely
compared
off.
to theirs. So like,
which
theirs
is
are
what,
much more
yeah,
right.
which is
So-
what bugs me because I was provincially with the liberals.
And again, I hate the term right and left. I'm
yeah,
just
no,
using
but
a
it's true.
term
But
that's
it's true because
accepted,
everyone puts you on the spectrum.
Yeah. We're all on the spectrum.
So provincially, though, the Liberal Party, and this is what it sucks because they share the same name. They're two completely different parties, but we were often associated to the federal one, and it got. And
I've told you this before. Why didn't they just pick another name?
Well, because it's existed fucking for 150 years. We're gonna change the name because the other fucking guys are
I
called
think
Liberal.
the Liberal Party of Canada should change their name to the Neoliberal Party of Canada.
Maybe.
Eventually, just turn it into like an acronym, like NEZ
Neolib.
Maybe switch the E to an A. Just for branding purposes.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
already got the red going.
Yeah.
Maybe we can make the maple leaf a little bit more symmetrical, but it's going like that a little. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah.
Canada, Uber, alles.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, provincially, the Liberals were always center right, so they were much closer to some conservative ideology, at least fiscally, In any case, so there's all these articles coming out that are indicating the fundraising that the parties have been making, and obviously, to no surprise, the Conservative Party is in the lead. Like, I mean, they're destroying the Liberals. They're surpassing the
shit.
Liberals.
Sorry, Sorry, I spilled some water on the table. Thank you.
Oh my God.
In the last 3 months, they surpassed.
No harm, no foul, Poseidon. Don't worry, it won't affect the quality of your producing in any way. I promise.
So in the last 3 months,
I was looking at Met Gala pictures.
nice. In the last,
you know what he's doing? He's rubbing himself at pictures of what's his name? The silver boy? The
Nas.
Oh,
Lil Nas X.
Lil Nas X. Dude,
Yeah.
I saw it. I was like, what the fuck? It looks like, you know what he looked like?
It's a cool outfit though, if you
Hold
think
on.
of it.
He looked.
Bro, I'd wear that. That's my fit.
He looks like your sleep paralysis demon that you get in the middle of the night, bro, just in the corner, just like that, you know?
I hate when he speaks in memes.
That's not a meme.
It's a meme. The
so
sleep
which-
paralysis.
which one-
My sleep paralysis demon.
Which
that's
one
a
are you
meme.
looking at? Which one are you looking at particularly?
Just all the Met Gala looks. There's like 180 of them.
I saw Pascal.
You know what it
Pedro
feels like?
Pascal was looking like a lady.
You know what the Met Gala feels like? Or like all
What
these
is the Met
events?
Gala? What do they do there? It's just like a
It's
party,
just,
a huge party, or what do they
It's
do?
just for fashion.
I don't actually understand what they do at the gala itself. I know that there's a red carpet and they take lots
But
of
is
photos.
there
I
like
think they
a-
honor Karl Marx or some shit like that.
What the fuck is going on? No.
You know what?
But is it
He
a
might not
clothing-
be wrong.
But is it like a
The
clothing
Met
line?
Gala is an art gala
Yeah, it's
for
something-
the arts, but fashion tends to stand above all else.
But
there.
it's like art for fashion.
just a bunch of rich people showing their rich people shit.
Yeah, there you go.
Good
But
for
you know
them.
what this feels like? Not just the Met
Just
Gala.
another human with breaking news says they do partuzas there.
No shit.
For sure. No, no.
For anyone who doesn't know what a partusa is, think French and translate backwards. They for sure do all kinds of weird, upside down, horned god sexual acts.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, I have no proof of this, but my gut tells me Shaitan is there.
Shaitan.
Shaitan.
Who's Shaitan?
Shaitan. Satan. Shaitan.
Oh, okay.
Shaitan.
So,
That's how Arabs say it. That's why I always thought it was funny.
you know what all these
Shaitan.
events feel like? It feels like you're in a video game, and you know,
Hold that thought. I have to go to the washroom. Wait till I leave and then tell them.
What does it feel like?
bastard.
What does it feel like?
So it feels like you know in the video game
my God.
that part of the game where I don't know, you kind of infiltrate the villain's headquarters, and he has like a big event, and you
Yeah,
have
and
to
there's
dress
people
up
all
or
over the
whatever.
place. Yeah.
It feels like that, like you've infiltrated the bad guys, and they're all dressed up like in a video game, like in like an RPG.
Yeah.
Like in The Witcher 3, there's moments where you have to dress up and shit. It kind of feels like that in a video game. Like it's kind of It's kind of wacky.
I still find it fascinating how much attention is brought to these events and the extent to which these actors or personalities go to fucking outdress one another and get the most heads turned to them. Like that fucking thing they're talking about, Little Nas X, whatever. Like, what the fuck was that?
They're trying to
Like, it's a whole bodysuit. Like,
you know what it is,
But
dude?
there's a theme, no? Every year, I think there's a theme.
I don't know the theme. I don't know the theme of the. I don't know. I'm not in enough. It just like Lil Nas X will do shit like that. It's not even because he's gay that he does that. It's literally just so they can stay relevant. You know that, right? The whole devil shit. It's just so people could talk about him,
The attention, yes.
and then they get more eyes on them. That's what it is.
Was his insight super insightful, or was it some like weak analogy about video games?
Some, I don't know,
Oh,
RPG
this
stuff.
year's team was Karl Lagerfeld.
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 I've seen you wear his clothes that you bought at Winners.
I have?
I think so.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't even know.
Winners.
Well, then he would have. He would have.
I didn't mean it like that.
In what world would that guy's clothes be sold?
All the time.
No way.
I always see them.
Yeah.
Like I'll see a nice polo, I'm like $20, and I'm like, ugh, and it has like Karl Lagerfeld.
Oh
all
fuck!
over it.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
sorry. I'm
Yeah, yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
He would have hated me. He would hate me wearing his clothes. He
Why?
hated fat people.
I don't think he cares. I think
he
the
alive?
fact that you're spending
No, he's
money.
dead.
No, he's dead.
He's dead.
Yeah,
He hated fat people.
I thought
don't
that was
blame
Tommy
him.
Hilfiger.
him too.
Who
Yeah.
hated black people. Remember that
Yeah,
whole
yeah,
thing?
yeah,
Yeah.
And it's weird because
Don't say it. Don't say the joke you're gonna make.
No,
Okay.
they were a huge fan of his clothing line.
Yeah, there
like,
it is.
Right? Weren't they?
Yeah, sure. I knew you were going there because it's like the classic.
Didn't he drop the N word?
I don't know what he did,
I don't know.
but it seemed as though he was unhappy that.
What's wrong?
I started playing an ad.
Oh, we should actually. I think we should make a clothing line. Call it the N people. We'll do like a stylized N, like the N64 kind of, like 3D.
Yeah.
And then there's like two people holding hands in the middle. It's the N people. I love it. You in?
Yeah,
We'll sell it in my merch shop. I'll make the art.
Hold on, I'm trying to find what happened exactly.
And all the logos. Oh,
He came out
we'll do-
against the.
I got it.
I don't know what he did, but there was something that
Hold
he.
on, George. We'll do a T-shirt or like a hoodie.
Yeah.
Where it's just you can kind of see someone's there, and it's just like a big smile, like just teeth, and then we'll have the N people
God.
logo on
Or we
it.
do Tommy Hilfiger.
Because they're nice people. Like that's why they're smiling. The N people.
Tommy Hilfiger.
That's an old joke. I
Hilfiger.
was saying that joke when I was in primary school, dude.
Yeah,
The N
I was
people.
convinced. I was convinced when this incident happened that he was done.
Hey Siri, remind me to do the N people logo after. Yeah. I still can't believe you said that.
No, but that's what happened.
What?
He came out against the
No,
story.
not that. When you brought up the first time, like a year ago, when you brought up the N people.
I don't know, man. I was confused.
I don't even remember the context anymore. I think you were talking about nice people or
No, because it was the N word. Because you don't want to say the actual words.
What,
So
the
it was
Oh,
N-word?
the
this
N
happened
word.
in '96.
And then that's the N word people or whatever. That's
Oh man.
Uh,
I'm gonna fucking cry.
so the rumor goes as is. He allegedly said
Rumor
something
has it.
along the lines of that if he had known minorities, well, basically black people, we're going to
And
wear his
Asians.
And Asians.
clothes.
You
No, that's
gotta
what
hate
he's.
Asians
No, I'm
also.
saying that's what I'm not saying that
Yeah.
he said this.
Okay.
We're going to wear his clothes. He wouldn't have made them so nice.
There's
And
no
that he
way
wished they wouldn't
I
have
was
wear
never
them.
a fan of Hilfiger clothes.
I never wore. I mean, I had some like my parents bought me knockoff Tommy Hilfiger with like 2 Fs from the Saint Eustache flea market. I used to wear them when I was a kid. But
Never.
That's
I
about it.
think I may have had a couple of button-down
Or
shirts
maybe some
there.
polos. I had some polos.
Yeah,
The classic like
the square, the checkered.
the PK.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
not like a checkered thing. No,
Okay.
just a polo.
Yeah.
Oh my God! When those rumors came out in '97, his business doubled. So it didn't hurt business. I mean, there's a lot of racist people.
Genius. Or the people he hated. No, why would they do that? It's dumb.
Anyway,
It's an urban legend. Yeah.
so
Yeah,
have you
it's
guys?
not even real. We believed this for the longest time.
So it's not real that he said that.
I never
It's not
believed
real
it.
that he said that.
It's an urban legend. It's one of those things.
Oops. Okay. I
It's like
believed it, yeah.
if you say Bloody Mary in the mirror,
10 times.
Your father comes in at night and touches you. It's not real.
Okay. Have you guys been following?
Jorge Rosales wrote a hoodie, a black hoodie with just a white teeth.
I think it'd be fucking hilarious. I might make that and
That's
just
disgusting.
brand it the morning
But
show.
that's horrible.
A black hoodie with just teeth smiling.
You would wear that?
If it says the morning show on it, yeah.
Oh,
Good morning, happy 100%. If other people see that as a racist thing, that's on them. They're racists. All humans have teeth, George. All humans. Hey, look, or we could do the opposite. We could do a white hoodie, right?
Yeah.
Where the hood comes down around the face, but it has holes so you can see. For Quebec, for the winter. This is the episode I get canceled. Like, for some reason, Echo Kefia, I'm like, go.
Have you guys been following the developments with Jack Dorsey, right? The former Twitter guy.
Yeah? What do you do now?
Well, no, he started a new platform called Blue Sky. Have you heard about
I've
that?
Heard a bit. Like,
There was a bunch of shit trending, and I went to read up on it. And apparently, this is kind of like a similar thing of like Twitter.
Yeah, he
that
basically built a new Twitter.
No, but he started developing it while still at Twitter. I don't know if he thought his time was up or that he was
used
going to
his
leave
money,
or whatever.
No, as far as I understood it, he knew he was selling, he knew he was leaving, and he opened up a new division, funded it like full blast
Right.
to start this thing, and then took that,
So
removed
that
it from the company's IPO, not IPO, but intellectual property, IP, and then sold the company and took all that. He spent all that money, and now he started a competitor.
Because I saw, first of all, it's still new. You can access it by invitation only.
But wait list.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it
there's a wait list, yeah.
But it looks exactly like fucking Twitter.
Find anything in there?
What?
Find anything in there? I looked, and half his finger was gone up his nose. He's like,
That's not
what are you doing?
That's a lie.
Be
What are you doing?
professional.
Why are you propagating lies, bro?
Look at him with a straight face. He's fucking lying to me now.
What, bro? I had an itch outside of my nose. I scratched
Outside?
my nose. It was
He scratched it
outside.
from the inside. huh?
No. What are you talking about?
He scratched it from the inside. Oh my god. Yeah, my nose, bro, but it was faster if I went on it from the inside. Oh man. I didn't want to make it that obvious that I was scratching my nose on the outside, so I did it from the inside. Oh my god. Yeah, back to Blue Sky. It looks exactly like Twitter, so I don't know if no, but is that
it's a short form social messaging.
but
social.
are there terms over there of any
Dorsey's not stupid. I'm sure he would have allowed himself the legal wiggle room to do this. Also, it's a free market. He can open a competitor. There's tons of other apps that are like Twitter, but they suck.
I
They just don't have Dorsey's name. Sorry?
I need to blow my nose.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
they don't
you
have
do that.
Dorsey's. Blow it from the inside. Huh? They don't have Dorsey's name attached to them.
Yeah. I'm curious to see how this is going to take off, if at all. So
It's been around longer than you're aware of, and it's been accessible to most people.
okay, I thought it was brand new.
It doesn't seem like it's gonna pop off anytime soon. There's also, I mean, Rumble grew really exponentially quickly.
That's
YouTube,
like the YouTube thing.
free speech YouTube, but like it's kind of plateaued now. I was reading the numbers the other day. I don't know.
I mean, the guys,
breaking news here.
Yeah.
David Beckham kissed his daughter on the lips.
Who
That
cares?
doesn't seem sexual at all, and the internet's mad. Go on.
How old is
Internet's-
she?
I don't know. She looks like 14.
Oh, now it's getting suspicious.
oh man.
I don't know.
Look, there's a huge debate on whether or not parents should kiss their kids on the lips. I don't do it. A lot of people do it. At this point, I think it's if you're related, like father daughter.
I mean, my
I think it's weird. The lips is weird.
If it's a tap on the mouth,
I
it
don't
doesn't
ever
bother me.
remember my parents kiss. First of all, I don't remember my father ever kissing me. Period. I don't think he's ever kissed me, except for
Ever kiss your beautiful bald head?
maybe when I was a baby and I don't remember it. But I don't remember my mother ever kissing me on the mouth. But when
No,
I had kids,
never.
I used to tell my wife, but we're not gonna do that weird shit. But then when they were born, they were so cute, and like when they got a little older, you want to kiss them, and they try to kiss you on the mouth because they see me and my wife kiss, and I'm like, I guess it's okay.
One of my
Like, it's
aunts
fine.
tried it on me, and I didn't like it.
Okay.
Yeah, I was a kid.
Were
I
you
was like,
tickled by the
"Ew," No,
were you-
ew, and I kept wiping my mouth,
You were tickled by the mustache.
and I was very upset.
There's so many things going on here right now. What other news do we have? The Kremlin was allegedly attacked by drones last night in the wee hours of the morning. Drones were trying to assassinate. This is what Russian RT is saying, and the story that's circulating on
Of
Twitter.
course, a trustworthy network.
Yeah, of course. Really trustworthy. That's what RT stands for. So a drone strike. Look,
There's cool footage though. Of it.
there's cool footage. Here's what I will say about this. As a professional human being who has lived for a long time, let me tell you how my understanding of drone strikes is built. There's a drone really, really high, a UAV, an unmanned aerial vehicle, that positions itself, locks on a target. In this case, as they're saying, it was probably an assassination attempt on Vladimir Putin. And then that guy's dead. Okay,
Yeah.
what we see in the video is a bunch of DJI style drones flying around the roof of the Kremlin, the dome, nowhere near any open windows that explode. Now, either the worst attempt at assassination in drone history or a false flag. Like it's one or the other.
I mean, the fact that Ukraine is behind
Somebody's
it
been
is
playing
so
Call of Duty.
unbelievable. How, first of all, unless you have Ukrainian nationals in Russia doing this, I don't know if it's possible from Ukraine
Yeah,
to
consumer
control.
drones don't fly that far.
Yeah,
No. to the Kremlin.
Exactly. Could it be Russian rebels?
Maybe.
And
I mean,
they-
yeah, they're pretty disorganized. Yeah, it might be.
And no, I mean, it's very possible that Russia is imploding right now. People just don't. Maybe it's a real
If you
assassination attempt, but
have-
the fact that it's coming from Ukraine is
don't buy it.
completely ridiculous.
If you have the balls to try and kill Vladimir Putin with a drone, it means you also have the resources to do so. And if you have those resources, it means you have the ability to plan how to do it properly. And also, all the fucking footage, the cell phone footage, I don't know if I saw like 12 different videos. They're all from the exact same vantage point.
Let's
It's
bring
like
it up.
Vlad, Dimitri, Vasily, we're going to fake drone footage.
Film
But I
on your
don't
phone.
want to walk around too much. You stay on the left side of the roof, I stay on the right side of the roof, and he sit. But we all more or less same roof. No need walking. We smoke.
That's so
you know.
funny.
Like it's so suspicious. But I saw that and I was like, great. Like this is what I need now.
Because don't look,
I'm thinking about it selfishly.
no, but look, we're not experts, but I'm
You don't
in the
need to
little
be
in
an
the little
expert.
knowledge that I have.
Aren't
I'm
we, though?
suspecting that this may be used as a pretext for Russians to actually send real fucking drones
And ground troops too.
to Kiev. You know, to like this.
Well,
could-
Zelensky is in Finland now, just pissing off the Russians even more.
Ah.
I like that he showed up in his like fancy I'm fighting a war costume.
The green
The
outfit.
green pants with the sexy tight sweater, the rib sweater that has all the black Ukraine patches. I was like, that's pretty cool. I'd wear that.
He's been wearing that thing for 3 years now.
No, it's a
2
new
years.
one. This one, they've like updated. There's like a sword
bro,
now.
Are you serious? That's
What?
what that was the assassination attempt?
Yeah, police assassination attempt.
Do you know what I think that was, bro? I think that's just some kid playing around and he flew in a little too close and they shot it down.
Possibly.
I'm watching it now.
It looks like a little mini fucking drone, like a regular.
Dude, somebody was playing with drones.
I've said this before, but I love that Greek Canadians can't say mini. I can.
mini.
Mini.
Yeah, he
Mini.
can too. Mini.
It's mini.
My Kubara does it too. Just the
Mini.
Greek mini.
Mini.
Yeah. So breaking news.
Bro,
That's
this
it.
is disappointing.
In other news, this week.
Because isn't the Kremlin? Sorry, I'm interrupting.
The most highly guarded part of Russia. Yeah.
Isn't the Kremlin like a no-fly zone? Nothing can fly
I'm
over?
sure.
100%. Like
It
the
probably
White
has
House.
like lasers and shit. I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe
dude,
not lasers.
This is somebody playing with a freaking drone, flew too close, and
I
like,
don't
what the
know.
fuck is this? Shoot this shit down.
That's a
bro.
very interesting point that you just brought up because when I compare
This is
that to
not
the
an
Canadian,
assassination
when I
attempt,
compare that
dude.
to the Canadian Parliament, I'm not so sure it's as heavily guarded.
The Canadian Parliament.
Yeah, and they would shoot down drones.
There's only one way to
People are
find out.
dumb as shit, bro.
You want
They're
to go to
calling this
Gosselin
an
after the
attack.
show?
The idea is out there, guys. I don't know if you don't have any use of your drone anymore and,
you wanna
want to
see the Canadian?
experiment.
But remember, put a note on it that says, "I'm just this a test. We're not trying to hurt anyone."
Yeah.
It looks like somebody set off a firecracker. Who's calling this an attack?
The morning show made us do it.
Oh God, we're all gonna get indicted. Guys, don't fly your drones over the parliament.
No,
Seriously though, who's calling this an attack?
The Russians.
but the Russians.
The Russians are calling this
Yeah,
an attack.
they said it's an attack, and obviously the Ukrainians have dismissed it. We'll see how
Denied
it.
it.
Denied
Nah,
it,
bro.
yeah.
Some kid wanted to be like, I'm gonna fly over the Kremlin, and then they shot it down, bro. This is not an attack.
Who
This
knows?
is
We'll see how this
embarrassing.
evolves. So the people out there that are working the minimum wage jobs, your salary just went up.
Yay.
25.
15, 25, a whole $1.
And also to the same people who just got the $1 increase, remember that everything else has gone up 60%. Just putting that out there.
Sorry.
If the
So you got a
government-
0.8%.
Why are they
increase?
bothering raising the minimum wage that they can just lower taxation by 1% and save the fucking country?
The problem with raising the minimum wage is that, especially now, I just wonder, how, what capacity the different businesses, especially the small businesses, have to keep increasing the salaries at this rate. Can they actually make ends meet? I mean, I don't know.
They can't. I'll tell you right now, they can't. And I'm not a minimum wage employee, but I might as well be at this point because everything's so expensive.
Because they have to look. I mean, I have family. I have family that has a small restaurant, pizzeria.
You have a small pizzeria. You have a small pizzeria?
No, I don't have a small.
I was like, what?
I have a family that has a small pizzeria.
Okay.
Family member. And they can't fucking meet these requirements. They have to put up their prices. Putting up the price obviously affects businesses.
Course.
Like, I mean, there's this whole chain reaction.
Look, I work with a lot of restaurants, and a lot of them, I'm not working with them anymore. Think about it.
can't
Look at who I'm working with now. None of them are restaurants anymore because as badly as they need the marketing spend, they can't spend it right now. And I get it. Like, I understand. Like, I see their back end too because I work closely with them when we do stuff together. So, like, if you were making, I don't know, you were selling a hot dog for $1 and you were making 80 cents off the hot dog, it was okay. But if you're selling it for $1 and you're making 10 cents off a fucking hot dog,
No good.
because now minimum wage went up, rent went up,
Cost of goods
utilities went
went
up, taxes. I mean, taxes are taxes. The cost of getting it to you went up,
Dude.
and it doesn't make sense.
$15.25 an hour. A year is $31,720. Divided by 12 months is $2,643.
What are you trying to get at?
Bro, isn't rent alone like $1,600 for 3.5?
Oh yeah, no.
depends what part of the city.
There's no
No,
doubt.
no,
There's no
we-
doubt
we
that
have
you can't
a-
make ends meet on a minimum.
We have a
salary.
cost of living crisis.
Like, there's
happening
no
right
way.
now.
There's no way that you're getting by with the 15.25.
I went to see a house the other day because we're still looking for a house. Went to see a house.
Soon is going to be your moment.
Bro, with these
That's what
rates,
everybody keeps telling
you're
me.
still confident with these
2024.
rates.
I'm not confident. Zero confidence.
God, yeah.
It's not even a financial decision anymore. Buying a house has become a psychological decision.
Oh, dude, I'd put it off. Anyways, okay.
Anyways, it's not my call.
Yeah.
We went to see this house for a price that we can afford. And we walk in, I'm like, something's wrong here. And it's almost $1 million, the house.
Fuck.
In a nice neighborhood.
Jesus
It's a nice
Christ.
house, good size. But I had seen it a couple months ago when it was like, it looked like demons lived in it. You know, and you're like, fuck, I'm gonna have to get a priest, a contractor.
Yeah, so priest.
You know, for sure. No.
Yeah.
People died in this house.
someone
not
flipped
like
it.
not
It's a flip
violent.
for sure.
It's a flip. But then I looked. It sold on like February 1st and then relisted on 10 days ago. The flip was done in a month. The company that did the flip has existed for 60 days.
Interesting.
We get in there, bro. What a disaster! Like, I've never seen. Like, they took down a wall and then they like painted over mold.
Oh my god.
But the mold shows through. You can see it. So I'm looking at this and I'm like, it's an open house. I'm like, there's a lot of people here because we've now been reconditioned. The cost of living is so ridiculous. We've been reconditioned
think it's normal?
that like $800,000 for this house
Is normal.
that's a disaster and is like probably a health crisis and like a criminal lawsuit away. Like it's around the corner if you buy it. People are like, oh, nice house. On the outside, it's beautiful. I went in, I was like, we can't live here. Like, and at first I was like, no, we can do this.
You're starting to think, okay,
I was
well,
like,
just
yeah,
a few minor
you know what?
things.
Maybe I'll try and get them down on that price a little bit while I inhale black mold from the sewage line in the basement.
My wife was
But
like,
like, it's fucked up.
My wife was like, when we were looking, almost every house we walked into, my wife was thinking, but think of the potential. All we gotta do is just
My
change the
mom
windows,
does
the
that
floors,
to
the
me,
bathrooms, and the kitchens. And I was like, fuck, that's $200,000
the
right
house.
there. Like, you know what I mean?
No, then no, it wasn't $200,000
Yeah,
then.
fucking floors and kitchens and bathrooms.
Look, I have no issue unless it's a flip that's just been done and no one lives in it. If the bathrooms are nice, to leave them. But if the house, even if the bathrooms are nice and the house has been lived in for 10 years, I don't want to shit on the toilet you shat on for fucking 40 years, threw up and masturbated, and I want a new toilet. I just spent fucking $1 million, whatever. I want a fucking new toilet.
yeah, getting the toilet.
Like and my mom's like, she'll get mad at me. She's like, no, you tear down this wall and then you put up a beam. I'm like, when did you become a fucking structural engineer? I
Put
watch
up a beam.
HGTV all the time. I'm like, oh my God. And we get into it. We argue about it. Fucking structural engineer, my mom.
It's not funny. Honestly, I sympathize with the people out there that like yourself who are looking for houses or
I
that
don't
are-
want your
or that are getting cars this time around. And
Actually, jokes aside, my car, like, because I had to renew my lease,
Yeah?
I got a better car that costs more money. I'm paying way more interest, and I'm still paying less per month. So somehow it worked out for me. I don't know
maybe
what
the money back.
the money,
the
yeah,
cash
because
back.
they want my old car
Yeah,
so
that's
bad
the
that they were
thing.
willing to give me a lot of money back, and because CN, where my wife works, like manages their client, we have a discount too,
Oh, okay.
which I didn't use last time because I'm an idiot, or we didn't know. The only thing is now because of the Service Canada strike that was happening, my car, which was supposed to be delivered 3 weeks ago, has been sitting in the port of Vancouver baking in the sun.
Is there still a delay?
Well, there was no customs agents
Oh fuck yeah!
because they were on strike. I think now they just went back to work or they're
Okay.
going back.
Yeah, they arranged the deal, but it's not finalized yet. Yeah,
But like they're overpaid. Why are they striking? Oh, we didn't talk about the most important thing that's happened.
let's go.
The writer's strike.
In Hollywood.
The writers are on strike. Prepare
Hollywood.
to rewatch a lot of shit or try to discover some old shows with lots of seasons because it looks like this one may be longer than the last one.
When was the last one?
It was season 3 of Heroes, I think, because they never finished it. I don't remember. It's been a while. It's been almost 10 years since the writer's strike. I don't know that I agree that they're underpaid. Like, to be honest, like they make pretty good livings. I understand that they're precariously perched in the job in what's the word I'm looking for? In their field because like they can go at any time. But like, I'm a fucking freelancer. Suck it up and shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
The only good news that comes out of a writer's strike is that independent writers, people who have been trying to sell scripts, who have been trying to sell
Good news for them.
screenplays, it's good news for the rest of us.
It opens the
because
door.
now there's no other content. So they'll be like, well, this guy's little art house film, when we pump $1 million extra into it, it could be a big hit. And that's how a lot of these little movies popped off.
Are
right?
they allowed to do that though? Can they go
Technically, yes. You're not like a strike breaker at that point. You're just not part of the guild, and the guild's not taking any new members right
How
now.
do you join the guild?
Ask Pantelis, he's a member of the guild.
Oh, he is?
I'm pretty sure he's part of the DGC, not the DGC, the Writers Guild. Ask him. I'm not sure. I think
Is
he
that
might
like
be.
only in America or North America?
No, we have a Writers Guild here too in Canada, and there is a like a global one too. I'm not a guild member. I was an Axis member for a while. I tried to do my DGC credits, and then I started doing commercial work, and I just didn't need
Yeah.
it, so I stopped pursuing it.
Yeah. So I mean, in this situation though, because they're working with major Hollywood studios, in order to submit a script, don't you have to be part of the union?
I'm not sure if that's true because independent scripts get picked up all the time, and if they do that, and
but
they
it's
find
not
people,
produced independently though. If it's
well, the studios can support it, let it get produced independently, and then buy it. Right? So there's always a workaround. It's money. It's all money. But now, I mean, the last writer strike, a lot of up and comers
Now,
popped
this
off,
doesn't
and then they
affect-
become guild members afterwards,
Yeah.
like after the fact.
but this doesn't
An
only affect
interesting-
movies, right? It affects also TV,
It specifically affects TV.
talk shows, all
TV
that
and
stuff.
talk shows done. Movies can still be produced
Yeah.
because there's a lot of scripts that are already done and ready to go. But TV shows, there's constant writing being done in the writers, when there's a showrunner. Like all the showrunners are on strike too. That means
What happens for something like Saturday Night Live, for example, where the actual performers are the ones that prepare the
I'm pretty sure
they write their own thing.
They're members of the guild. They're,
Oh, yeah.
they're part of the writer's strike. Yeah.
So I have a question. Coming back, I know we're talking about the writer's strike.
And so, sorry, before you continue, I won't.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to make fun of you right now, but I just want to say something because I'll forget. What I meant by independent content also is we can self-produce things now, and because there's a lull in content coming out, hypothetically, Pantelis decides he wants to produce high-end comedy once a week, 30 minutes, sitcom style. Not sitcom, but situational comedy, right?
Yeah.
Maybe nobody would watch it, right? Because they have like 40 fucking series on Netflix to watch. Now, though, not today, but 6 months from now, when everything's fucking dried up, people will be willing to watch that.
Yeah.
They may even pay to watch it. I'm using Pantelis as an example, right?
Yeah.
So that's the
You
kind
think
of
it's going to
situation.
take that long though?
I think it's going to be a year.
No.
I think it'll be a year.
Get out.
Yeah, from what I've been reading, I think
Really?
it'll be at least a year.
Holy
Unless
shit.
something crazy happens and they come to terms.
But then we should get to work now. Do something.
Bro, we're already at work.
No, but I mean like an extra thingamajiggy.
We're already at work.
What were you saying? What were you going to say?
Okay.
We're always working.
I'm gonna keep.
I know you show up 5 minutes before the show starts, but we don't stop.
That's not true.
We can't stop. What were you going to say?
Going back to the minimum wage situation,
Okay, sure.
do you guys think what's gonna happen is because the cost of living is going so high up there, people can't afford to live in big cities anymore? Like if you live in downtown, you got to make at least $4,000 a month net.
Yeah, at least. No, you probably need to make more at this point. But go on.
Or if not more, to just make it by alone.
With rent or with a mortgage?
With just in general, like
with
cost
rent.
of living, rent, mortgage, plus
I
expenses.
mean, rent and mortgage is two very different
Dude,
things.
'cause groceries-
The
which-
interest is so high that a rent is, it might be $2,000, but a mortgage now
let's
is
say
sitting at like
just
$6,000
rent.
for some people.
So forget mortgage, just rent.
Okay.
Just with rent. Do you think this will incentivize people to move out of the cities and start spreading out a little bit out of the cities
So here's
For
the thing.
cheaper cost of
Yes, it
living.
is cheaper to live outside the city, but if you're going to continue to work in the city,
You're screwing yourself.
you're screwing yourself because now you're spending a lot
But
of money
then
on commuting.
Don't you think people, especially with minimum wage, they'll find schools maybe around the city and stuff like that? And
Look, if
They
for,
would
for
leave and
better,
go,
for,
remake a life. You mean outside of the city?
oh, I
'cause-
don't,
Yeah.
you like immigrate out of the cities like a mass exodus. I don't know, but I've considered it. I've thought about it, but my work is specifically urban. Like I need to be in an urban environment. Even if I could stomach taking them out of the school they're in and putting them in some fucking fucking school in rural Quebec that plays the banjo. Like, no, thank you. And I mean, let's be serious. I've considered even Laval being rural to me. You know what I mean? Like it's not the urban center. Like I want to be in the fucking metropolis.
but even rent in Laval has been getting.
I think
insane.
No,
and
I
I'm-
mean houses in
yeah.
Laval are just expensive in Montreal at this
No,
point.
they are.
Brossard's gotten more expensive than Laval.
but still less. Like I think it would be
No.
an interesting option.
How would something be more expensive but still less?
No, it's not more expensive than Montreal and
Brossard's more
Laval.
the parts of Brossard that are worth living in right now that don't look like fucking the projects with crackheads are just as expensive, if not more expensive than Laval.
So
Right now,
Just
today,
another- just
I look at Brossard and then I cry a little bit. I flagellate myself with a whip. I'm like, stop looking at the South Shore.
just another. Just
yeah.
another human brought something interesting. $1,000 for a 1-bedroom. First of all, it's way more. Some people
Yeah,
are
it
paying
is.
1,700. So I think the average now for 3.5 is going for about 1,300.
I used to rent before we lived in it my condo in TMR 10 years ago, which was a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, mind you, TMR, for like $2,000 a month. That was
Yeah.
the rent.
Yeah. So where was I going with this?
Nowhere important.
Yeah, because he's calling owners are getting greedy and the government needs to step in and put a limit on
The
prices.
owners are
man,
getting
don't
greedy.
Forget, don't forget the owners
How are
have
the
a
owners
mortgage
getting
to
greedy?
fucking
The owners invested their money. They have a mortgage to pay. They're going with the market.
And most of these owners, especially if they own more than one property, if that's how they make their living, right?
Yeah.
They probably have homeowners lines of credit, not mortgages, which are open to and at the risk of being increased their interest all the time. So they're, I don't know, $800 payment a month or whatever. I'm just using a random number,
Yeah.
which was 80% capital, is now like a $2,000 a month payment with like 10% capital being paid. So yeah, they're not being greedy.
Yeah.
They're gonna lose their building, and then you're gonna be homeless anyways.
Yeah.
bullfuck.
Exactly. The issue is not the landlords. The issue is the government.
Look, of course it's the government.
In
Causing all
2000,
this.
in 2013 or 14, I can't remember. We went looking just out of curiosity and just to invest.
As the 1% do. Go on, George.
No, there were now they're up, but they weren't there at that time. It was the ones on De la Montagne and René Lévesque. You know where the Le Cristal was, just
Yeah.
across the street
Yeah, I know
there.
exactly what that is.
So-
Near where you used to live.
Yeah, just a
Not
few
far, yeah.
blocks up there. Yeah. So we went there just out of curiosity, and we checked out some units, whatever. And we told the lady there, we're like, look, this is obviously for an investment. We're not going to move in here. What is the rate now?
mortgage rate.
To rent. She goes, at this moment right now, and this guys, remember this 2013-ish, 14, let's say max. She said it was $3 a square foot. $3 a square
Square
foot.
feet?
We were looking at something a little over
1,200.
1,000. So $3,000 a month back then, back in the day.
I wonder what that goes for now because of the chaos that's happened downtown and all
Hold
the
on.
vacancies.
Just
Yeah.
another human is we have apparently a communist in the chat. Is it right for you to try to buy a building and try to force to kick people out to raise your rents? Yes.
Yes, if you can't afford to keep the building and they'll
Yeah.
end up homeless anyways, then yeah.
Yeah,
It's called the
100%.
but you can't just kick
rénoviction.
them out randomly.
No, of course
Look,
not,
it's
you know?
I think look, it's a delicate line because
It is, yes, fine.
No,
agreed.
it's not delicate. It's not delicate. People say it's delicate. Here's what pisses
No,
me
because
off.
you know the
never
thing is
owned
because you know
a
the thing is
building
it's
and had
because
Here's what
tenants?
pisses me
Because
off. I've
there's-
never owned a building.
because it's a loophole. Because normally you can't kick out the tenant unless you are or your direct family is moving in, or if you're going to renovate. So they've taken advantage of that and say, "Oh, you know, I'll renovate." They kick you out.
Yeah.
They arrange, I don't know, windows, bricks. They redo the kitchen or whatever. Then ciao, bye. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they increase the
the
rent. I'm like, at the end of the day, if you've never owned a building, you can't fully understand how complicated it is to deal with tenants. And I understand that tenants get taken advantage of by
tenants get
by landlords
it's
all
the
the time.
landlords that get taken.
but,
I've never had
but,
issues
but
with my
landlords,
tenants.
like, cause I have a close family member who owns property, and like I've participated in managing the property in their absence a few times, where I've had to go to the regie, and like you have a crackhead who hasn't paid you rent in 11 months.
And he's protected.
And they're not living in squalor. Like the apartment's nice. Like I've seen it. And the cracker's like, well, you can't throw me out. You haven't paid rent in
That's
11
why
months.
addendums
And the
exist.
regime rules in their favor. It's fucked
But
up.
that's why addendums exist to overturn the.
Most
regime.
addendums are technically illegal in the eyes of the regime.
Not if they sign
even
for
like
it. Not if
no,
they
even
sign-
if they sign it, you can
No,
get
even if
away
they
with
sign
it.
no, it has nothing.
Have a conversation with John at the cafe who owns the building. He'll tell you stories, horror stories.
Really?
Yeah, horror stories. But at the same time, there are fucking slumlords who take advantage of the rules to throw out people who are paying their rent.
Yeah.
Right? But in this moment, the way things are, it's the government's fault. It's not only the landlord's fault or only the tenant's fault. And also, I'm sorry to say this is gonna sound fucking terrible, but the way the crisis of cost of living, as far as I'm concerned, it's every man for himself. You make sure that you and your family are okay. This is not the time to worry about anyone else.
Yeah,
It's
100%.
you can't. You just can't. And I hate to be that person, like to be so selfish, but you have to be.
You have no choice. Yeah, because who's gonna take care of you? No one. Everyone's too busy taking
Yes,
care of
Rosalie,
themselves.
pay your fucking rent
But then
before they
again-
throw you out for
But then again, Phil, the
Make
best
up a weird
the
sex
best thing you
worker
can do,
thing.
the best thing you
accuse
can
you of shit.
But then again, Phil, the best thing you
We're still
can do
talking.
for society
Yeah.
is take care of yourself to the best that you can.
Look, I'm not against helping your fellow they.
But sometimes the best
But
thing you can do
it's help
for
yourself,
the fellow
yeah.
man is
Absolutely.
help yourself. What was I gonna say? I went to Maxi the other day.
The poor people's supermarket. Go on.
Dude, you don't understand. I saved $100 at least.
Honestly, it's a lot. It's a lot. We went in the other day and I was
Dude.
like, why don't we ever come here? And we walked out. We're like, okay, that was why. It was scary. It was a scary experience.
Dude, you don't understand. I walked in and every time I walk into a Maxi, I shiver.
Honestly, I freaked. We went, because normally I only go for Greek products to Atlantis and Laval. But we went for like full grocery run. I think I spoke about this. They don't sponsor this show or anything. By the way, Atlantis, if you want to sponsor, hit me up. Or if you need videos, I'll help you out. I like what you guys do. I fucking saved like on a $250 grocery bill. I saved like $100. It was cheaper,
Yeah.
and I got better products. Whereas at Maxi, you save the money, but it's not
Questionable.
better products.
Questionable.
I'll be going to
products.
Atlantis then.
Like you're gonna get the runs probably from that meat. That
Oh,
ground,
no,
that
no, no.
ground
I just,
turkey,
I
don't
just,
do it.
No, I just won't buy meat from there. That's it.
Yeah, we
I
bought
won't
meat
buy the
from
meat.
Costco last weekend, which I have been adamantly against for years. I
I
refuse
never
to
understood
buy
that.
meat. Something about it seems wrong to me.
But
I
they
want
have
meat
the-
from a butcher. My old Italian butcher.
But they have the guys in the back cutting them fresh and packaging them.
Yeah, but I don't know. I have no
Anyways,
real
whatever.
reason.
But
I just,
by the way-
I
so
had
what
this,
did you
like,
find?
ugh. Bro, I had steak from Costco. First of all, it was way cheaper than anywhere else.
Yeah.
I bought a bunch of it. I was able to cut it down to the size I need. I froze some. I made steak sandwiches. We made filet mignon. It was delicious.
Of course.
It was delicious. I had 4 meals for 50
Dude,
bucks.
Costco rocks,
Like
man.
3
Depends.
meals.
It depends on what though, because there's
Yeah.
certain things that are more expensive.
And I
Yeah.
bought these gyozas. I gotta make them though. I haven't made them
The
yet.
what?
Those pot stickers. They look good. I think the frozen Chinese food that
Oh,
they have.
oh, oh.
I've been thinking about it all day. I want to make them. Anna, are you
But-
watching? Take them out so we can make them.
When I saw the
I
last
discovered that I like Asian food recently. That's why.
when I saw the final price of the bill, the peasantry entered my body so fast, bro. So fast, I was like, "Yo, Maxi's cool, bro." I was like, "God damn, I'm gonna be coming here every
He was
time."
setting it up for a really good punchline, man. It didn't
No, I
make
wasn't.
It.
I was just saying.
No, but I mean, it was. I thought I was gonna laugh hard, but then you lost me because there was no payoff.
That's because you kept interrupting.
No, that part I didn't interrupt. The ending was fine.
okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of unions, before maybe
Fuck
we
the
can
unions,
just-
bro.
we
gaslight.
we can end on
I'm
this
good
story.
at gaslighting.
You're not.
you
You're
guys.
bad at it.
Last week we spoke about the whole situation in the schools where the teachers were caught, they were recorded fucking yelling.
It happened again.
Well, there's all these things that are going to start
happened
coming
again.
out, right? I mean, that's no surprise. But the big debate now up in the hill is whether or not for the government
Beat
to
the
set
teachers.
up. Sorry.
Beat the teachers.
No, not beat the
okay.
teachers.
Sorry, I'm just asking.
No, there's a lot of pressure on the government to implement an order, like a professional order for teachers. So obviously the teachers' unions is against it.
Hold on.
Yeah.
So the government says the best way to maintain
No.
this
There's-
situation
there's-
is to rectify the situation and to prevent it from happening again, right? Is to create an independent body
The government-
funded by already underpaid, overworked people, because that's how orders get funded.
Exactly.
Which can now act as a level of non-transparency between parents, the unions, the governments, and its order members.
The government doesn't want to go there, but it's getting pressured to do that because
By whom?
Well,
mean
obviously the
Holmes?
opposition, but a lot of groups.
Orders are stupid. I disagree with them.
Look, the point of the
intrinsically.
order is to protect the citizens, right? So it's completely different than the union or the
But it doesn't
syndicate.
do that. It launders money, basically. All of them do it.
It depends, no,
The
because
big
if
fronts.
if you have any issue, you you bring it up to the order and there's an investigation. Of course, it means more money because they have to do the cotisation there. So the teachers are going to have to spend more money that they don't have.
Which is ridiculous. Unless the government's willing to pay for it, which I'm not willing for them to
They
pay
would
for
never
it.
do that. No,
Yeah,
you can't do
exactly.
that. You can't get involved with that.
Doesn't make sense.
But on the front of, on the side that it's going to create a credible body where parents or any citizen can go to
Isn't that
complain.
what the Ministry of Education should be doing right now? Shouldn't they be playing that role?
Well, no, because then the same thing could be said about doctors or engineers or notaries or anyone else that has an order. You don't go to the government. The political thing is out, so you go to the order and they do the investigation. I'm not completely against it, given everything that's happening. I just think
I think it's crazy to ask teachers to pay something out of pocket.
Yeah.
Right now.
Look, the argument of the union is that all channels are already in place for people to either protest or either complain or whatever. Everything is already in place. The problem is that the union protects the teachers, so there's always going to be a bias over there, right? So the idea of creating an order that would protect the citizens against teachers like this that are fucking psychos. It kind of makes sense. Now, the financial aspect of it, I mean, the teachers are going to have to deal with it. That's probably going to be brought up in the negotiations. And I think that the government is showing that it's reluctant because now they're actually negotiating with the teachers unions. So they don't want to bring that up because obviously that would be part of that whole thing, right, in the negotiation. So I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if you guys think an order is...
I don't have a hard stance on this. Like, I'm not sure. Like, I understand the need potentially for it, but also the funding of it is what's confusing.
Look, the fact that we've been informed through the various stories that have leaked so far that parents had complaints to the direction to the school, the principal or whatever the direction they call it, and nothing was done.
It came out that she had also threatened violence or performed violence at some point.
It's not only her, because then there's other ones that came out in high schools and a higher.
The day that this happened, my daughter told me that one of her substitute teachers yelled at her a lot, and I was like, like, do I have to put a recorder in her bag too now? Like, I thought about it. I looked on Amazon. There's some good ones. They're sneaky looking. I can just. But I don't think I want to do that.
But see, that's troubling to me because when the unions come out and say all the channels are there already in place for parents or the society in general to complain or to file anything, well, how come we're getting informed now that the schools already have this information? Why are you guys protecting yourself? So the union that is there to protect the teachers, I have a feeling that has a lot to do with it. So the order comes in really,
it could play a role. Well, we talked about a lot of things today. Let's do a quick recap. We talked about the terrible shooting in Belgrade. Sarajevo, not in Sarajevo. Yeah. We talked about the potentially fake, allegedly real attempt on Vladimir Putin's life. We talked about a bunch of young children in Quebec finding a body in the woods, and then a bunch of other boring stuff that George brought up.
A movie prop.
Hit it, Poseidon. We'd like to thank our sponsor, obviously, and thank all of you for joining us today. Poseidon, I am Poseidon. Hit yourself with a camera shot. You deserve it. You're earning it. Put the camera on yourself.
It is on me already.
Of course it is. You fucking ham. You piece of roast ham. You honeyed ham. My name is Phil Balabanos. You can find out stuff about me at balabanos.com. Follow me on my social channels. I do fun stuff there. We can make videos. I also make videos just for myself, which you can enjoy also. George has Politiquement Parlant, a French language podcast where he politically talks.
Please follow
politicians. George is an example of just keep fucking hustling. He keeps making podcasts that are critically and audience failures. No one's watching them, but he's fucking out there. And you know how they say as long as you make content regularly, doesn't mean you'll blow up. But he's still fucking doing it. So go over there and support him. He has a family to feed. I know he's rich and he's the 1%, but help him anyways. He's not. He's a man of the people. He owns people. I don't own any people, but what you can own is a piece of the happiness by going over to patreon.com/Pantelis, where you can participate not only socially and enjoyably, but also financially into the growth of the rising star that is Pantelis. You want to be able to tell your friends, oh my God, I was on his Patreon way before the HBO special and all the accusations. Also, PantelisComedy.com, you can get all the tour dates.
By me!
The summer's coming up, so there's lots of stuff happening. PantelisComedy.com, and we will see you next Wednesday. Poseidon, don't text me Thursday night. There's no show Friday.
Okay.
Okay.
Take care, guys.